Ever wondered why there are fewer women in hard labor jobs? It's a question that gets to the heart of the gender diversity issue in our modern workforce. Despite significant strides made in various professions, women remain notably underrepresented in hard labor jobs. These jobs, often involving physically demanding tasks, have been historically associated with men. Think construction, mining, and heavy manufacturing. They require immense physical strength and endurance. While there's no doubt that many women are capable of performing these tasks, societal stereotypes and norms have played a significant role in perpetuating the gender gap in these industries. Take a step back in time, and you'll see the roots of this issue. The historical division of labor based on gender is deeply ingrained in our society. For centuries, men were expected to be the primary breadwinners, working in physically demanding jobs, while women were confined to domestic roles. It was a time when men toiled in the fields and women tended to the home, a division that was less about ability and more about societal norms. Fast forward to today, and you'll see that despite societal evolution, these deep-seated norms still influence our career choices. The idea that hard labor is a man's job has been passed down generations, creating a self-perpetuating cycle of belief that discourages women from pursuing such careers. There's also the issue of perceived incompetence. Stereotypes suggest that women may not be as competent as their male counterparts in hard labor jobs. This perception feeds into gender biases during the hiring process, creating another barrier for women. And then, there are physical differences to consider. While physical strength is not solely determined by gender, men, on average, tend to have greater muscle mass and upper body strength due to biological differences. These disparities can lead employers to favor male candidates in hard labor job roles, further widening the gender gap. These deep-rooted norms continue to influence the career choices of men and women today. As we delve into this topic, it's crucial to understand that challenging these norms and biases is the first step towards creating a more inclusive and diverse workforce. What barriers do women face when considering hard labor jobs? Let's take a dive into this. First up, we have the perception of women's competence. Despite evidence to the contrary, stereotypes persist that women are less proficient in physically demanding jobs. These outdated ideas can lead to biases during hiring, even discouraging women from exploring these professions. Next on the list is physical differences. It's a biological fact that men, on average, possess greater muscle mass and upper body strength. While this doesn't apply to every individual, it can be a determining factor during the hiring process for physically strenuous roles, swinging the pendulum in favor of male candidates. Safety, always paramount in hard labor jobs, is another concern. These roles can be hazardous, and if safety facilities aren't designed with women in mind, it can pose a significant barrier. The fear of accidents and injuries can understandably deter women from these professions. Lastly, we can't overlook the power of representation, or rather the lack thereof in this case. In industries dominated by men, the absence of female role models can be disheartening. It's challenging to aspire to a profession when you don't see anyone who looks like you succeeding in it. So, while the landscape is changing and progress is being made, these barriers still persist. The absence of visible female role models in these industries can discourage aspiring women from pursuing these careers. Let's change that narrative, shall we? What can be done to encourage more women to consider hard labor jobs? Well, it's not a simple one-size-fits-all solution, but a combination of efforts that need to work in tandem to effect real change. Economic factors often deter women from considering these jobs. The gender pay gap still exists, and it's more pronounced in hard labor industries. This means a woman working in these sectors typically earns less than a man doing the same job, but the winds of change are blowing. There is a growing recognition of the need for gender diversity in every sector, including those traditionally dominated by men. Companies are starting to understand that a diverse workforce is not just a matter of fairness, but it also makes good business sense. A diverse team brings a broader range of perspectives, leading to more innovative solutions and better decision-making. To bridge the gender gap, we need to address the stereotypes and prejudices that discourage women from considering these jobs. This includes promoting positive representations of women in hard labor roles and challenging the outdated notion that these jobs are men's work. Moreover, providing women with the necessary training and support can help them overcome the physical challenges that these jobs entail. This includes creating safe and inclusive work environments and providing flexible work arrangements that can accommodate their needs. Together, we can help create a more diverse and inclusive workforce where everyone has the opportunity to excel, regardless of their gender.